Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul, and we are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. It's a lot of fun to go through my I am deck. This I am deck right here is just full of positive, beautiful affirmations, things that we can say to really uh, I would say just get our internal narratives and what we think about ourselves in line with our own highest joy and purpose. So I want to say thank you guys so very much for joining in, for having some fun with me, and yeah, we're going to go through this today. So what's going to happen is I'm going to pull a card off the top of the deck. And I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card. You're going to respond out loud, I am the affirmation on the card. And then as you do that, we are going to basically work on it together. So let's pull one off the top and let's see what we are today. So today, I am awesome. I am awesome. I share my fabulous energy with the world. So I am awesome. I share my fabulous energy with the world. Are you awesome? You are awesome. You share your fabulous energy with the world. Man, I'm just going to write that down in the comments. And as I do, I am taking that thought form and I'm making it real. So I just imagined that I am awesome. I just heard the word in my head, awesome. And now I'm making it real. I am just bringing it into form, into formation. And something that's really interesting. So I was having a conversation around the dinner table with some friends yesterday, and we were talking about our internal monologues. We were talking about the wake up call, and some of these people attend the wake up call. Some of them had never heard of it, so I was telling them. And one girl looked at me and she said, "So you hear voices in your head? Like you actually hear a voice when you think?" And I said, "Yeah, I actually do. I have a monologue going on in my head. I'm usually working things out and I hear it as an audible voice." And she said, "Wow, that's really interesting. I usually just see pictures and then I decide what words I'm going to say. And then as I decide what words I'm going to say, then it helps me to understand what the pictures meant inside my head." And another girl who was there, she said, "Well, I actually have about 15 different voices in my head, and I decide which ones I want to listen to, and some of them say nicer things than other ones do. And so my job, the way that I handle consciousness is to think about, or it's to focus on the ones that are saying the things that are for my highest good, in my highest interest." And it was a really interesting conversation because the neuroscience of consciousness is showing us that a lot of what we previously thought about the brain is just not true or incomplete. Uh, Neuroscientists are thinking with the brain that they're also studying. And so if some people have an internal monologue and other people actually have to speak the words in order to understand them, like have we ever known somebody who is constantly talking? They're just always vocalizing literally every single thought that they have. Well, in the past, you could think that these people are annoying for doing that, and why can't we just keep that inside of our heads? But the neuroscience of consciousness is showing us that people don't always, that people don't always have an internal monologue, and so therefore they have to externalize it so that they know what they're thinking. Now, it was a really interesting conversation, but I wanted to really bring it back to what we're doing here. What we're doing here, whether we just think in pictures, whether we think in words, whether we think in a lot of different words, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that we are actually saying these words. We're reading them and we're saying them, and we are taking this thought. In this case, today, I am awesome. And look at, I love all these. I love all you guys affirming each other's awesomeness. Yes, indeed, you are awesome. But we are taking these words and we are taking them from the ephemeral, from a spiritual realm, a realm of imagination where it doesn't really exist in the physical reality, and then we're putting it into our physical reality, where we're actually creating a vibration with our voices as we speak it. And that energy that we bring to the world, really, that fabulous energy is what makes us awesome. And the fact is that society trains us to say lousy things about ourselves. Marketers say terrible stuff about us, but then they offer us a solution. They're like, oh, your life is awful, but buy the product and your life won't be awful anymore, at least until they have another product to sell you. Politicians say, think the way that I want you to think. And if you do, then all will be well. You'll have safety, you'll have security, you'll have these things that politicians can offer. But in exchange, you have to be afraid. In exchange, you have to have a spirit of fear living inside. And so this card just invites us to be awesome today, to really live life with a sense of awe, with a sense of wonder, with a sense of understanding. And as we do, we get to really decide what the events that are happening to us every day mean. So we have a thought and something happens in our world, our senses pick up something happening. And the first thing that we do is we decide what it means. And then once we decide what it means, we assign words to that. And those words help us to inform our feelings. We decide how we feel about it because of what it means. It could mean something bad, it could mean something good, it doesn't matter. But we decide how we feel about what it means. And then we take an action. And it's the action is the only part that really changes our life. How we feel about things and what we think that things mean, these are internal. These are not externalities. These are just like personal to us. But when we recognize that when we do something, when we actually take an action that is colored by our perception of how we feel about what things mean, when we do that, then we actually change the world around us. We interact with the world around us, with the people around us. And that is really what changes our lives. So I am awesome today, and you are awesome too. In fact, when I was a kid, I'd go around and tell my mom, I'm like, I'm freaking awesome. And she's like, no, you're not. And now, yes, I am. Yes, I am awesome. And so are you. My awesomeness doesn't detract from your awesomeness at all. We are trained from youth not to say nice things about ourselves because we believe that, or the people who are training us believe that if we say good things about ourselves, that we must be saying bad things about other people, that if I'm good at something, that you must be bad at something. And that's completely not true. We live in an and kind of world. I can be awesome and you can be awesome at the same time. We can be awesome together. So this card is your personal invitation to be awesome today, to go out with a sense of wonder, with a sense of excitement into this world, and to recognize the awesomeness in other people and point it out in them. Everybody is fighting their own battles and everybody needs a compliment. So find something that we can compliment about somebody else and really make their day even better. So thank you guys so very much for joining the wake up call. I really appreciate you guys being here, for writing this stuff down, for playing this game, for sharing it. Y'all are awesome, and I really do appreciate you. If you need a particular affirmation, I have all of these archived on my YouTube channel in a much, much more organized fashion than this live stream. And so if you're interested in seeing that, I am interested in providing that for you. So you can just go over to the you can just go on over to my YouTube channel, and I will have that over there for you. It is linked in the video description. Otherwise, have yourselves a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow. I show up 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, to really help us get our day started on the right foot. Aloha from paradise.